Okay, so check it out. I used to do a show or a series that was just called Cheap Toy Reviews, where I would get like dollar store toys and stuff like that. I'm still planning on doing more of those because those are fun. But in process, I was also collecting some other random toys. Sometimes they would be for like Dirty Christmas or Yankee Christmas Swap or whatever the hell you call it. At any rate, you pick something up, you get things here and there, and I've just been holding on to them, trying to figure out some kind of way to make something entertaining out of them. So I have just a trash bag right here, right? Just full of stuff. So I thought what we could do, what might be fun, is to just take a couple things out of the trash bag and just really get into it, just real random style. Just see what we can get. I know there's a lot of He-Man stuff. I don't know if you guys like He-Man. I think he's pretty cool. I hope this one's not worth any money. It's no way new for 21. Does that mean 21 years old? Or does that mean that this came out in 2021 and it's been sitting in a trash bag in my garage for several years? I'm going to go with the latter. So anyway, let's really experience this. Yeah, because it's modern posing with retro gameplay. And let's see. Strike armor reveals battle damage. They did a series of Jurassic Park toys one time that did realistic battle damage with flipping pieces, and they called it Dino Damage. And I feel like that was really the golden age of simulated plastic toy damage and things. It was so much so that even there was an episode of Adventure Brothers where Henchman 21 simulates realistic battle damage, and in the commentary you hear them refer to it as Dino Damage, and that's how you know that it's the real deal. So this thing comes with a little book. So I don't know if you guys ever read the card first, but let's read the card first. Let's check out the sentiment here. Masters of the Universe. I don't think that we're really allowed to use the terminology master in this day and age, but we're going to roll with it. We've got a character called He-Man, where, it's not a they-them man. I keep waiting for that to come out. I don't know. That joke's probably not going to sell. But this is some kind of comic book, and He-Man is really wearing a lot of gay bondage, is what I mean. But that's what He-Man does, right? There's Ram's Man that's gonna not themed as the goat, which you would think would make sense, but as a battering ram, and he runs into see the man, the battering ram, and he's gonna run into some guys right there, right? And so there's Skeletor. So funny thing, they let He-Man and Skeletor have swords in the original show, but they weren't allowed to really make contact with each other because they were never going to show blood, which is, it kind of goes along with the same like vine as like the G.I. Joes being bad aim, like they just couldn't hit one another, which wasn't really the case. It was that, they're just trying to sell toys. They're not trying to traumatize children. Both of those shows, He-Man was kind of my brother who's older than me. That was kind of his deal. And G.I. Joe didn't really resonate with me too much. I was more of a Transformers kid, and they shot each other all the time. So I guess it's okay to separate the fact that you've made me have an emotional bond, right, with this truck that is Peter Cullen, and then you let him get shot, stabbed, maimed, whatever. One of the things I've noticed with some modern toys is they really like to, display them really nice in the package. And in order to do that, he's already dressed, like a BDSM celebrity, and then they have to restrain him Just so. Maybe I'm looking too much into it. Who knows? I have a tendency to do that. Let's see if I can just... It's strong. Oh, but it's elastic. He can just stretch his way out. Look at that. Stretch his way out of that. So, not bad. He's very posable. I'll tell you what, the joint technology with like how hiding his knees and stuff. They got some Dragon Ball Z action figures that are like insane. You know what I mean? Like Goku's bicep flexes, stuff like that. Just shouldn't even be natural. Oh look, he can give a thumbs up. You know, I want Dolph Lundgren to play me, or whatever. How do you do his? Oh look. So you can. I think you have to wind him up or something. Oh yeah. So look, he's all normal, and then he gets hit. Oh, he's battle damaged now. He's extra battle damaged. He's actually got 2 layers of battle damage. Let's see what let's see what stuff comes with him. He's got all kinds of. He's got a spare hand. You know, what guy doesn't want a spare hand in a grip fashion lying around? Wink. Let's see what else we got. Got the battle axe. You know, it's not all sword of power. Sometimes you got to hit somebody with an axe. Let's see. And you do have the. This thing cracked. That's cheap bullshit. This is some kind of like zappy power. Why does he have zappy power? Does something? I gotta find it in the instructions. Before I get that though, we do have the sword. Oh, so here's the sword, which is like, it's obviously some 2-piece sword that goes to something else, and I think Skeletor's sword is supposed to like fuse with this sword, and it makes a super sword or something. I don't know. Look, so I didn't watch He-Man, but I am aware of it. You know, Kevin Smith, you know, really lusted after it, so of course that got made. I can't complain though. Like I said, I'm a Transformers guy, and they just keep making Transformers, no matter how many times that they screw it up. I can't get his head. Is trapped. He's got a spare head. I just want to get some head from He-Man. Why can't... I guess we can just look at him. Look, this is his serious face. And this is the meme face of him singing that song. He's got his thumbs up right there. I can't remember what song he sings. Man, I wish I could get this guy out of here. That is infuriating. This is going to be like one of those satisfying pimple popping videos. Nope, I got it. Okay. So what's cool though, check this out. He's got his scabbard in the back, so he can easily store the sword right there for easy access. Because you know how important those things are. I wonder how hard these. Oh Lord! Oh Lord! The torso comes off real easy. Oh, his head just kind of pops right off. Oh, and it's actually subarticulated at the jawline and subjawline, so that's impressive. Let's put a serious face on. Oh, it goes on pretty easy. This is a nice toy. I don't remember how much this thing was new. It's like I said, it's been stuck in a box forever. I want to see. Didn't I have? Yeah, here we go. What does this do? I wanted to see. Oh, it's a power bolt. So you can make him hold a sword. Right, put it in your hand. He's a little limp-wristed. We've made enough of those jokes already. We don't need to make any more. All right, at this point, it's beating off a dead horse or beating a dead horse or whatever you want to call it. And then you have this power bolt. So now his sword's like on fire. Let me turn this light down so you guys can kind of see that a little bit better. Yeah, flaming sword action with his dino damage chest that you have to wind up. And yeah, so that's a pretty sweet He-Man toy, you know. Got some accessories. He can wave with his open hand, or he can give another thumbs up, or whatever you want. Was it another? Yeah, it's another left hand he comes up with. So cool, right? You know, I think we're gonna do maybe like one more. We're just gonna reach into the bag and see what we get. Now reach in here. Oh, a little one. Okay, so these were some of the cheap toys that I was doing, and I found some extra ones. I had forgotten I found these. So Final Faction was clearly like a toy company had come up with this line of toys, just like G.I. Joe or anybody else, and they couldn't really get a network to buy the show, probably because it was crazy violent. But it's, when you buy the toys, it's got a link to the website that has, it's just a YouTube show. It's computer animated. It's pretty well, it seems like it's got a pretty nice budget. It's a neat little show, and it's got, they're like eco warriors or something, and there's aliens that are trying to steal the planet's resources. This one is called Specialist Shift, and she's a lady. You know what I mean? So at least they put clothes on her. Of course, she does still have an ass that just won't stop. So, you know, that whole Black Widow effect is in full effect. I'll put the card down there. These are pretty great little action figures for what they are. Because, like I said, they come from a dollar store. They are not expensive. And the accessories are fantastic on them. They articulate really well. You see, she's got hip articulation. She doesn't have knee articulation. But they can hold their weapons. They come with some great... They usually come with some good accessories. So like this one came with a ninja double sword in the back. And like at first glance, you're like, oh, that's all one molded piece. It's just for looks. But no, if you look, the swords come out. So you can actually have her draw her swords or wear them in the back. And she's got a little peg back here, so you can put her little ninja swords back there, and you can have your own little knockoff Black Widow. And you can just pretend she's got the little stun wrist darts or whatever that's called in the comic books. I don't know. Do I look like a man that reads comics? Don't answer that. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. See? Look at that. From what I understand, a lot of people, let me see if I can get her to focus on that right there. A lot of people, they don't have a lot of detail in the painting, and from what I understand, a lot of people like these action figures because their bases are such good molds that they will turn them into different kinds of figures or do detailing with the original characters and make all kinds of cool stuff out of them. Like the swords on these are just plain black plastic, so you put this thing in the hands of a miniature painter and you could have a real, you know, work of art. But you can usually get these things at the dollar store. They're super cheap, they're super fun, and there's just no telling what you're going to find. So you'll probably see more of these little Final Faction guys. I've done other videos on Final Faction. They're fantastic because there's a million different accessory packs that you can get with them. The characters are really varied. The show is as terrible as anything they made in the 80s, so it's fun. You should watch it. And maybe that's what I'm going to go do. Anyway, I think that's all the time that I've got to do for just random toys out of the trash bag today, which may be what we're going to call this segment. That's what we're going to call it, random toys out of the trash bag, with your buddy AJ. Wink. We'll see you next time with more toys. I promise.